Hey everyone, Chillsor here. Today we have a vampire stamping idea for you. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. If you like any of the products in the video, I'll have the links down below. Don't forget to use Chills10 for 10% off at Maniology.com for your stamping needs. Let's get started. So starting off, we're using Campfired Up, my Ride or Die red that I am literally in love with. This I used on my index, pinky, and ring finger. I really need to get a backup of this because I truly love this polish. And then of course I used Be Positive because this is a Halloween polish by NineZero. Unfortunately, yes, she's still on hiatus. This I layered over Campfired Up and I truly love this idea. If you use it by itself, it's totally fine. It is a jelly, but I really wanted it to be that sultry, dark, vampy red that doesn't really make any sense. I just wanted a red vibe. You get what I'm saying? So the stamping plate that we're using today is going to be the M244 Bite Me plate. I love this. This is these new plates that they have for this Halloween season, and A+. They knocked it out of the park. I'm in love with these. So instead of straight up black, I know, you're shocked. I used Mirror Mirror. I know, it's a different type of black. It has like these silver flecks in it. It's more like a gunmetal color, but I really wanted to use this instead on my ring finger to kind of give it that little bit of that pop, that little something something to kind of match with the middle finger you're going to see coming up. So it's great, stamps really well, no issues that you can see. So next I used It's Lit by Maniology. This is actually a Christmas polish, but we're not going to talk about that. It's just basically a gold metallic that I wanted to use for this coffin. And so I'm actually using a different stamper, by the way. If you noticed, I'm using now an ice cube stamper. So I wanted to fill in this coffin with Evil Eye, which is another type of stamping polish. I just sped this up really quickly so that you can see. I kind of filled it in, and then I just carefully placed this down on my finger, trying to make sure this coffin was not crooked. Now remember that middle finger I was telling you about? Well, I used Stone Cold. This actually dries matte, but that's okay because I did have to use a sticky base to basically have the stamp stick to this, but you'll see that later on, so don't worry about that. But other than that, it's smooth, it's opaque, it's beautiful, and that's where I wanted Mirror Mirror to match this particular polish. So I used Evil Eye again, but this time is going to be for these vampy lips. So I needed to fill these guys in with a white stamping polish, as you can see. Of course, I used with Bam White, and so I just kind of fill these in really quickly. I then layered my sticky base coat over Stone Cold, which was on my middle finger, because if you're going to try to stamp onto a matte finish, guess what? It's not going to work. So you have to use that sticky base coat. But I will tell you this. The stamping and the idea was great. However, I will say that I actually had to redo this finger because the fact that the colors from the eye bite back actually bled through, or the red bled through the white. And so I had to redo this, and I just repositioned the lips further down, and then I added a few different little final touches. So it does look a little bit different, but that's okay because sometimes you can make happy little accidents. In the other version, you'll see that I am applying a blood splatter, but in the final pictures, you'll see that I've added even more from that little boo-boo that I did beforehand, and I actually prefer more of the blood splatter. So I used my smudge-free top coat after I waited a good 10 to 15 minutes because let me tell you, red stamping polish, or just reds in general, love to smear, so be very careful with it. So after my smudge free was dried, I waited about like 10-15 minutes. I then went in with my Super Chic as usual. I do want to let you know though, I did use a glitter grabber by Glisten and Glow for my index and pinky because the glitters do kind of like poke around. So then you don't have to use 2 layers of a quick drying top coat. And of course I couldn't resist. I had to add a matte top coat to at least the 2 fingers that had the stamping on it. I'm sorry, I love matte nails with blacks and reds. Did you like this mani? Are you going to recreate it? Let me know down below. I would love to see your responses. Plus, give this video a like, and if you enjoy the content, think about joining the Chills crew if you haven't already. Thank you for subscribing and staying subscribed. I have some playlists you can check out at the end of the video. Other than that, take care, stay chilly, and happy Halloween.